Be ready. 10 seconds to go. Start. This exhibition was to be opened on January 26, the day we become a sovereign democratic republic. It shows the things manufactured in our country, in the village and in the towns, handicrafts as well as machine made products. We have to consider in which of these items we should expand production and which we should do more in the national interest. 20 years ago, we pledged to work for complete independence. By God's grace, we have redeemed that pledge. We need not go into the many causes due to which we did not have to suffer as much for it as we might well have suffered. But usually we do not value fully those things for which we do not have to suffer much. Gandhiji underwent the biggest suffering for Swarajya. There were others too who followed in his footsteps and sacrificed a lot. It was no easy task to integrate such a big country with its many religions and languages, which had never been one country. So many different states had to be integrated and organized in order that the whole country should be free. But we had comparatively little trouble. We have therefore not enough appreciation for this. That, however, is not the end of our task. What has been achieved so far is like a peasant preparing the ground for cultivation. The true Swarajya of Gandhiji's dreams has still to be created by us in India. Those who held up our work have left. There is no obstacle now, but millions in our country are suffering today. They need food, clothing, and shelter. At least there should be no lack of these things under self rule. We do not grow as much food as we need. Burma and some of the food surplus areas in our country have now separated from us. There is thus a deficit. To ensure that food is available everywhere and no one starves, we have to import food grains. Arrangements have to be made to ensure at least subsistence rations everywhere, thus necessitating various controls. These lead to many evils. In such a big country, it is not easy to have rationing and controls. The government is often brought into disrepute. People take bribes, much else happens, but it is all our doing. Aliens have not hand in this. People blame the government. To a certain extent, they are right, not fully also. The exhibition shows, among other things, how to grow more food, what to do and use for this purpose, what we are doing in this respect, and where. We have to become independent of food imports and mostly grow what we need. It is a difficult task, especially for a country weakened by years of slavery and foreign exploitation. A poor country does not become affluent only by achieving freedom. But if all work unitedly, it can be done. Gandhiji said our Swarajya depended upon the charkha. We could spin our way to Swarajya, but we did not do that. The Swarajya we have gained is not the real thing. Real Swarajya we can have by producing in our country what we need. For this, we will have to change our habits. We will have to transform our villages. We have to pledge ourselves not to use imported goods. Of course, if there is anything not produced in our country but required in the national interest to produce more wealth like machinery, it will have to be used. But we should, as far as possible, not even touch foreign products. Things made by our poor brothers and sisters in our villages and our towns have to be encouraged. All free countries do this. Their people are taught this from childhood. Our industrialists and other capable people should try to manufacture the machines we now import and make our economy self reliant. Unfortunately, we have a dispute with a neighbor of ours. We have the factories in Calcutta which used to utilize all the jute grown in Pakistan. The government of India has done its best to see that economics of both the countries are not hampered. But no agreement that we reach is implemented by them. We have to act alone. They refuse to deliver even the jute paid for in advance, thus harming both countries. If they cannot guarantee to implement agreements, we had better not depend on them. Let us grow the jute and the cotton and the food grains we need. It is rather hard because we import a lot of food grains while they have enough and to spare. They got all the best cultivable and irrigated lands and turned out the occupants who are now refugees here. We have to make arrangements for these people, bear with their anger and their sorrow while their golden lands has been usurped by other. We have asked loudly and repeatedly for a settlement, but Pakistan obstinately refuses to do so. Thus, the dispute lingers on. It can be solved only by frank and broad hearted fraternal talks between all the parties. Stop.